Hello and welcome. My name is Maria and today's session will last probably about 15 minutes. So I'll put together poses for strengthening and toning the body, but mainly targeting as well the inner thighs, which is quite difficult sometimes to work on. So we're going to start. So you might need cushions or some blankets later on. So we're going to start from the standing posture, standing wide, feet apart. We're going to take the feet slightly out to about 45 degrees. And let's just first bend our knees. So we're doing a goddess squat. So first we're going to align so the knees are directly treading towards the toes and the knees are not past the heel point, so they're just above the heel point. So then we're going to straighten our legs, raise our arms, and then come to a goddess squat. You can rest the hands on your knees so the hips are reaching back and down. Raise again, straighten our legs, and come to a goddess squat. Again, raise our arms, straighten the legs, and back to a goddess squat. And one more time, let's straighten the legs, stretch, and sink the hips down and back to a goddess squat. Then from here, we're going to just twist to the side as we're pressing the other knee back to opening through the hip, stretching through the inner thigh. So pressing the left knee and twisting to the right. Then coming to the opposite side, pressing the right knee out, but still staying in the alignment. The knee over the heel. And back again to the opposite side. And opposite side again to the pressing the right knee out. And just stay in a goddess for one more breath. And then straighten your legs, point the toes forward this time. Reach with your arms. And then come to a wide forward bend. Place the hands straight down from the shoulders. So the wider you are apart, legs apart, then the easier it is to reach down with your hands and maybe even deepen the posture, bringing the elbows lower towards the mat. And then from here, we can take our arms back, interlace our fingers. And just bringing the arms just slightly forward towards our head. And then we're going to release the hands down, going to come to a side lunge. So walk our hands. So now you can take your feet slightly out as we did in goddess, just slightly about 45 degrees out. As we come to the right side, we're going to stretch with the left leg. So the knee will bend towards the toes again. So we're stretching through that left leg, bending the right knee. Then we're going to walk to the opposite side, to the left foot, stretch the right leg. So the left knee will bend. Walk again back to the right foot, stretch the left leg. So the right knee will bend. And opposite side. Stretch with the right leg. I'm going to walk back to the right, all the way to the front of the mat and step the leg back to a plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, strong core. And then rather come to your knees to a half plank and lower all the way down to a cobra. Lift the chest. Hold the toes under and press to a downward dog. Lengthen through the spine, through the back of your legs. Keeping the core strong. And then from here we're going to walk our feet towards our hands for a forward bend. Soften the knees as much as we need to. And then raise our arms all the way to standing. Upward salute. Bring the palms in front of your heart center. Take your feet a little bit wider apart and point the toes out. We're going to come through to a squat pose, so lower the hips down. Maybe stay and halfway, or see if you can lower your hips all the way down. You can press the knees out with the elbows, lengthen through the spine. And then we're going to release our hands back, lower our hips down, and come to our back. Raise our legs. Then we're going to open through the legs, open the legs, and then bring them together, crossing the left leg in front of the right, and then open again, and we're going to alternate this, so placing the opposite leg in front of the other. So open again, stretch through the inner thighs, bring it together and cross again the left leg in front of the right. Open again, and this time the opposite leg in front. And then slowly we're going to lower the legs down with control, keeping the core strong. We're going to come into our side to rest on our forearm, bend the outer knee at 90 degrees, and going to raise the inner leg so you can flex the toes and raise the leg. So we're working again into inner thigh. So we can do this so with 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to stay at the top, flex the foot, and maybe just make a small movement, little pulses. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then release. And spin onto the opposite side. Rest on your forearm. Bend the outer knee. Flex your foot. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulders, so lift the rib cage. And then raise the leg. Flex your toes and then just lift. Lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then just stay at the top, flex your foot, and little small movements, little pulses. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then release. Okay, so this time we're going to come into our back. The reclining butterfly pose. Our knees to the sides. You can rest your hands on the side, and then we're just going to lift the knees and press them together. So open. So we're going to resist and press the knees together. That's 3, 4. So really pressing and resisting. Bringing the knees together at the top. So we're doing about 10 again. Maybe 2 more. So as you lift your knees, really resist. And 1 more. Then keeping the feet slightly apart, but bringing the knees together. So place the arms along the side of your body, so it's like a bridge variation. So working into the glutes as well as your inner thighs. So really bring the attention into your lower abdomen and your pelvic. So lift, squeeze, and lower. Keep the knees together, lift, and lower. And lift, lower, lift and squeeze together. Lift, and lower. Lift, and lift, and then release. So from here we're going to come into a last pose, into a frog pose. So you can use a mat. This way you can even bring the sides of the mat to soften, or bring maybe a cushion. So take the knees wide apart to where it feels comfortable for you, and point the toes to outside. Rest on your hands for the moment, and then lower down into your forearms, and then just gently press the hips back. So press back and forward. So stretching through your inner thighs, but from the hip area as well. So bring it forward and back. Let's do this a couple of more times. Press back and then just stay for a moment. And then to come out of the posture, come into your hands first and bring the knees together. We're going to finish the sequence to realign our hips and sacrum by a seated twist. So extending your right leg, left leg. I'm extending my left leg. Bringing the right knee across, lengthen through the spine. Raise your left arm, wrap around your thigh as you make your way to a twist. So rest the right hand just behind you, looking over your right shoulder. And then slowly release, extend the opposite leg, bend the left knee, place it across. Lengthen through the spine, reach with your right arm, wrap around your thigh, and keep the spine long before you make your way to a twist. And then slowly release. And that's it. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you very much. Namaste.